right, everybody, welcome to this week's episode of BuzzBoys podcast. It's going to be episode 02.
Ooh, 02.
All the boys are here today.
Wow.
And we're going to talk about all sorts of different stuff. We're going to talk about the latest episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier. A lot of news to get through, including the Shang-Chi trailer, a bunch of other news for Spider-Man.
Too loud.
This time we are going to for sure absolutely talk about Warzone and some other gaming news because we didn't get to it last week.
Yeah.
But the first big one this week, which we're actually we're calling it class now.
Yeah.
Class.
Yeah.
So
Class in session.
Because gave you guys some homework at the end of the last pod.
Yeah.
So I told these mates here to watch a little show called Invincible, and that's just a little overview. It's basically your typical Justice League kind of type show. Animated cartoon style type.
Yeah.
But it's rated R. And it's rated R for good reason. Because I think it's obviously more geared towards adults. And you can tell with the kind of story that they're writing for us.
I would say so.
And then also it is very gory. But the thing that I liked about it the most was, one, I love all the casting. I love the story as in to where it's more so a mystery, right? Because now we've kind of watched it and we know it's more so like a mystery. So here's your first warning, spoiler alert, because we're kind of go into how these guys felt about the first couple of episodes. Because they're 6 out right now.
Let me just say before we get into it, so that way people that haven't seen the show are interested in the show. Let's go for like 5 minutes spoiler free. I think. Okay. Let's go like our overview, and then we'll jump into spoilers, so that way at least we get a little bit of everybody.
Yeah. No. All right. Yeah. So all right. So basically, it's a Justice League style type show,
with a little twist.
With a little twist.
It's very twisty.
Your comparison with Superman and what's his name, dude?
Omni-Man.
Yeah.
Omni-Man.
That guy.
All right. Well,
he's an asshole.
Can we talk about that guy?
Spoiler free.
What a mustache.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ron. What's his name? Oh no, wait. It was
Ron.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
Voiced by J.K. Simmons. It starts at a cast. We
kind of looks like him, just buff.
Stephen Yeun. What's his name? Stephen Yeun, right? As the main character, Invincible. The trailer again shows like a kid who, his dad is Omni-Man, this super powerful dude, basically Superman.
Yeah. Literally Superman. Yeah.
And his powers eventually come in, and that's where basically the show kicks off. Is him like learning about his powers, seeing what he can do. And it eventually gets a little deeper.
And it's like just kind of like it seems like that this is like his journey to becoming a superhero.
But it's
learning the ropes type of thing.
But it's also like a journey of like a typical superhero, as in that's overpowered. This guy Invincible is it because he's got flying. He has all these special abilities, right? But he's still a senior in high school too.
Yeah.
So it's cool the way they show him balancing like having a girlfriend, school, college, thinking about all these things when he has these quote unquote bigger responsibilities of saving the earth, doing all this other stuff that he should be doing as a hero that has all of those like Superman like abilities, which is pretty crazy because it's him doing all that school stuff, but then the story gets deeper and it kind of gets more what's the word I'm looking for here, like
complicated.
Real
complex.
Gets real complicated.
And then again, like real star-studded cast: Stephen Yeun, J.K. Simmons. I'm gonna go down the list real quick. Mark Hamill, Seth Rogen. There's also John Hamm.
Zazie Beetz
is one of the girls. And then Justin Roiland, the guy who made and voices a lot of characters in what's the show called? The animated show where he like burps a lot. Rick and Morty.
I thought that was his voice. Dude, that's the other thing that I've been noticing with this show. Like every kind of episode has like a cameo of some sort,
of like some big actor.
So is Seth Rogen like a cameo on that list? Is he on there?
Yeah, he's not a main character, but
he was like, I thought he was that alien guy, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Alan Alien.
Yeah.
And also what's his name? The guy that plays Flash. We just talked about it.
Ezra Miller
made
an appearance. Sandra Oh was in it. I think she's in a couple like TV shows like about like a murder or something like that. I forget what it is.
But also, like, I think she's in Grey's Anatomy. That's her big one.
That might be,
yeah. Because in Invincible, she plays the mom.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason Mantzoukas is in it. That's Rafi and the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all right. So now, so I think that's pretty much everything we needed to cover. Otherwise, if you guys haven't seen it, go watch it because we're gonna get into spoilers. It's a good show. It's so far, but now we're gonna go let Professor Senka take the lead on this one.
M. Senka, to be exact.
Professor M. Senka to take the lead on this one because he's our teacher for this week. Go for it. Take it away.
So obviously, I want to know your guys' first thoughts on the end of the first episode. So did that catch you guys off guard there with the whole?
Yeah, you know what it did because
scene.
the thing about that too is that like, because it doesn't start off with Omni-Man or Invincible. It starts off with the Guardians of the Globe. Mm-hmm. So I kind of thought it was just gonna be based around them, but then they die. So, and not only do they die, but you do see that it's like really awkward that Omni-Man isn't really a part of them. He's just kind of there.
Well, especially in like the first scene, right?
The first scene where they're like
you see them fighting those twins, and like he's just kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah, and that's where I thought obviously something's kind of weird there, and then they all get called back to HQ, and then all that happens, and we still don't know why. We just know it happened, but we don't know why.
Well, like we can assume that Omni-Man all like called them all there, right?
But we don't know why he did it though.
Wait, but that was the other question. I was gonna ask if you guys think that it was him that called him there, because I have a theory about that, of that it wasn't him that called them there, because he's technically not a member. But he is a member, so like, would he be able to call them anyways? Because he doesn't wear like those things that like went blinking for all of them. Mm-hmm. So I think there's someone else at play here, but for sure I think he's our big baddie for the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't.
And it's crazy too, cause like the very next episode goes back to just being a good guy.
Yeah,
and he's like, he's
like a dad. Let's
I got
go
this
play
family,
catch.
and like just got your powers, but then he says something weird too, as in is like, this is gonna ruin everything, and like, alright, well, like, it would have just been better if he didn't get his powers, and it was like,
I don't
why would he say
remember
that?
though.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of things that's like really awkward with him right now, because he also was just a normal dad kind of, but like still saving the world and all that, but he turned really weird when Invincible got his powers. Like, he kind of... It almost looked like he didn't want Invincible to have them. Like, almost looked like, oh, shit. Like, I don't know if it's maybe, like, there's somebody else that could rival me or something. Or, because I have a strong feeling that his planet, where he's from, I forget what they're called. I have a feeling they're kind of, like, people that take over planets or something. Like, I have a feeling, like, he's not really, like the good guy there. I don't know. And I think when he had Invincible and Invincible started showing like similarities to his powers, I think that kind of threw like a wrench or something in the equation. I mean, Invincible didn't get his powers until high school, so like I said, I have no idea what happened. I don't know why he did it. I don't know what his angle was, especially because like he hasn't done anything shady again. I don't think. It was just like that kind of, and then like...
Permission to speak.
Here, hold on. We have another student that wants to speak here. Sure. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
All right. In episode 2, the other shady thing that was weird is that like there was that big ass invasion of all those guys coming in, and like
the aging ones.
Like it was crazy that like their time was going faster than ours, and then like they just kept like going fast like through time and stuff, and then they figured it out, and then Big Daddy comes in, wrecks them all, and then he goes into a portal
to their planet
and like just destroys their planet, and then he says something weird about like this planet's not like gonna be yours to conquer or something, right?
Yeah, Earth isn't yours to conquer.
Yeah,
which was,
and then I was just kind of waiting for it's mine line.
Yeah.
And I was like, but like they didn't give us that line. So it's like I don't know.
He's a low key scumbag, and we even saw that again when he watched his own son get the brakes.
Oh yeah.
Episode 5, right?
Yeah, dude, that was some gruesome shit right there. And I was like, all right, sweet, like he'll like step in and fight this super strong lion-looking guy.
Yeah.
Who absolutely just messed up everybody. So like that was another shady thing too, because he was just watching his kid just absolutely get the brakes beat off.
I did forget about that. Yeah.
But then like during that fight though, it was cool to see him kind of go like berserk at a point to where because he like told all those guys, he's like, all you guys here are like gonna be dead now, and like then he went freaking nuts, and then he did a pretty good job of like taking out like 2 or 3 guys, and then the freaking lion guy came out of nowhere and just beat the brakes off of him. It was bad.
Oh, you're talking about Invincible?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has this weird trait that I noticed that like when something bad happens to somebody that he cares about, he goes into like a rage.
Yeah. He goes into like a rage mode. Kind of shows a little bit of strength though too at the same time. And then Drew, weren't you gonna say something?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to mention that like the show is so good like at setting exactly what the show is going to be about with the first episode. Like, for example, I mean, the end of the episode, that's when everything kicks off. Like when Omni-Man literally obliterates everyone.
Like their Justice
League. Just destroys them.
Guardians of the Globe, yeah.
And he like, I mean, they put up a pretty solid fight. Like they left him in a coma, but at the same time, like it sets up so much of like, whoa, holy shit! Like this is clearly not your average Justice League. This isn't your Avengers. This is like something completely different.
Yeah.
And I really like that. And after that point, it literally just slowly delves more into more and in like the mystery of why Omni-Man did this, because the show has reached a point where like they know it's Omni-Man. Like they know he did it. His wife knows clearly.
Because his wife knows that like devil guy knows.
The devil guy knows.
That
the
guy's
main,
pretty cool.
The bald guy, the main guy who's investigating knows.
Cecil.
Cecil, yeah.
The costume maker knows as well.
Dude, like, see, that was gonna lead me to my next question. It's like, do you think he's gonna kill his wife?
No, I don't think he's gonna kill his wife.
I think he might. Honestly.
But like,
I think he'll try, maybe.
Do you think he's got it in him to like do it? Because I think he does.
But because that was the other thing. It seems he's got this soft spot with her.
Yeah.
That he doesn't really have with anyone else. Because when she talks back to him, he's like, okay, all right. But then like anyone like looks at him sideways, he's just
ready
looking
to
at him.
Square
It's
up
like, you're so lucky my wife's right here. Because I would take your head off right now.
That being said, like you also see like, and she points it out. She makes it very clearly, and she's like, why did you say that? Like, you've never said that to me before. You've never done that before. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, something's clearly changing with him, too. And so maybe he's, like, slowly turning on her.
Plus, there was, like, a different thing that's, like, going on with him is that he's, like, that he keeps talking about his home, too. And apparently before, didn't talk about his home at all.
Right, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
His home life at all.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. The show is doing a good job of kind of, like, keeping the audience at bay of, like, all right, here, there's a mystery going on, but also there's this problem and that problem.
How many episodes are there?
There's only 6 right now.
But in total?
I don't know where it's going to end. I don't know.
Okay, so it's not like 8 or anything?
I'm assuming it's 8. Because of the times
like,
and stuff.
The episodes are pretty long.
Yeah.
They're like
I'm assuming
40,
that it's supposed to...
like 50 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming that it's going to end at 8. But like I said, with the story where it's at right now, I don't see it ending at 8. Like I could see it going for a couple more episodes.
Like 10?
After this. Yeah.
That'd be nice if it was like 10.
But that was, it's not really a problem, but it's something that Dom said earlier, and I was thinking about it like leading up this whole week, that they like to start problems and not
really
like finish them.
That's what Dom's big thing was.
Yeah, and once I was watching a couple episodes with John again, I was like, yeah, they do. They just kind of start things and just leave them like
the Guardian thing where the guy who plays Seth Rogen, the alien, like he fucks shit up and he's like, oh, I'm at the wrong planet, my bad. You know, like, all right, later.
And then, well, not only that, they go to Mars, and that one of those things comes back home with them, but they just never touch that one.
The guy who left and he fixed the thing.
He fixed the flag, and then
and I'm pretty sure that
no, and then there was a guy that was like possessed by those things, and then he was controlling them, or they were controlling him.
Yeah.
But they were all like.
See, like the only problem I have with that is the reason why it's such a big problem, in my opinion, is because right from the start, they put it in your head that the story's gonna be about why Omni-Man did this and what happened.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be based around Invincible. But then they start adding all these separate things that like the clones escaping, and now they're making something else. That robot dude is shady as hell.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, I know, dude. That guy's been super shady.
But also he's like.
But he's also
down bad for
Monster Girl.
Down bad for Monster Girl.
Yeah.
Down bad for Monster Girl.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where like it's just kind of sometimes I think it's kind of cluttered because I don't know what's like gonna happen next. Like if they're gonna start another problem, not gonna finish it. Like in the new episode, they didn't really touch up on anything else. The only thing that kind of progressed the story was the wife and
it was kind of like the Omni-Man leads were kind of closing up closing in on him, right?
But it was very like minor, and then they kind of just like started a new problem, which they finished with Ezra Miller coming in and and that dude like changing them. But I feel as though like they need to start kind of funneling things now, like letting because I think what they're gonna do is I think they're gonna start letting things connect now.
Well, yeah, because we're at the 6th episode mark. That's why I'm not sure if it's
now. I think.
Well, yeah, seven
seven
this week though. But yeah, that's like kind of where I felt like it's not a big problem for me if they can kind of close these loose ends off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just that's where I don't know where this series is gonna end. Is it gonna be 8 episodes, 12, 10? I don't know. Yeah. But like, if they can kind of tighten off these loose ends here,
yeah.
And we're looking at a pretty decent
very
series
clear to me that they set it from the stone, kind of like a Jake Peralta like Amy thing, where like Eve and Invincible are supposed to be together, but they're not.
Dude, I ship them so hard.
Oh
and,
yeah,
and they're gonna.
I ship them so hard.
Oh, but Zazie Beetz though, you know what I'm saying?
Zazie Beetz.
And like in her defense, like she obviously doesn't know that he's invincible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's because I'm just kind of getting to the point of like, all right, kid, just tell her.
And his best friend already knows.
And like his best friend knows.
I'm also
just tell her.
I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, you know what? If you haven't told her now, I don't think you want to tell her anyways. So.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, I think that's what Eve.
True.
Yeah.
I think that's what Eve was trying to clarify, and I think the only reason why Eve is sticking up for that relationship is because Eve likes him as a person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Eve is like, well, I'm not gonna like turmoil us. Like I'm gonna do my best to stick up for him, but it's very clear that she's from a broken home, kind of.
Yeah.
And she's
her dad's an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like in a way, so is Invincible. Like he's kind of in this like weird broken part right now. It's like a cracked family that like he doesn't know what's going on. Or the mom is kind of going insane, and then the dad is kind of doing his own shady shit, and his training is also kind of like rough on Invincible too. And so it's just like this, and then like Matt said earlier that it's his trying to be a hero in a life, but also trying to live his high school like days out and stuff like that.
Like he almost has to do what Eve did. Eve just chose, okay, I want to live in the world that I want to make, right?
And if like we're being real, like if I'm Invincible, I'm looking at it and going like, well, I'm the spawn of like the strongest dude ever.
Yeah.
Like fuck regular life.
I just want to know like what's taking him so long to reach to like that kind of OP strength that we've seen Omni-Man have. Omni-Man was literally flying through a planet. As, like, it looked like he was a nuke, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because I think the speed he hit, with all the science bullshit around it, he was pretty much a nuke, and he just blew up this planet. I want to know if Invincible's going to get there, and I know he is, but I just don't know when.
So they kind of touch on it
so slow.
A little bit of, like, he's, like talking about it. It's like, oh, my God, like, I've had to do, like, so much, like practicing to, like, get to this point. And
he's like, sure. Omni-Man says that, right?
Maybe it's like,
He does, no, and it's because, so I think it's kind of like a power that it's, like, kind of not something that you're just born with, but it's like, it's there, but, like, if you polish it, practice, and then it gets even greater and greater.
I think that, but I also think, too, is that Invincible isn't full Viltrumite, he's half.
Yeah, that's true, too, so that could be a little...
Because didn't they have him cut open for his surgery?
Yeah, they were doing surgery on him,
and they
put a hole in him.
And then I'm pretty sure they couldn't cut Omni-Man's skin. Right, because he
was bleeding though, and against
the fight.
No. I think
because he was bleeding and all that
cut
shit.
though.
Does this kind of remind you what in Dragon Ball weren't the half Saiyans stronger than the normal Saiyans?
Right. Yeah.
But to an extent.
Really?
It had to do with the I don't know what it was.
There's something about the genes. It's like the spawns are slowly more, but then it was just like the half Saiyan. It was even more like.
I'm wondering if maybe Invincible will kind of turn into that like. His human part will kind of be like the part that makes more sense. Kind of like, Guardians of the Galaxy, how, what's his name? Peter Quill he's a Celestial, but his human part is what makes him so so like better than Ego was. I'm thinking maybe Invincible's human part is gonna kind of be the reasoning in his superhero like ability.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I mean,
I'm thinking that Omni-Man. This is gonna actually lead me to my next question. So it's like, where do you think this ends for season 1? Because there's for sure gonna be like a season 2. But like, where do you guys think that this story is gonna end and where it's gonna start for next season?
I don't know because
Do you think everyone's gonna know that Omni-Man killed the
think
Guardians of the Globe? Or?
I think it's gonna escalate to the point.
Or do you think
it's either gonna lead to that, like they're gonna know that he did it and he's gonna lie about it, or he's gonna kill his wife and kill other people that know, and it's gonna like lead slowly down the mystery of like Invincible's like, I want to find the killer of my mom's killer, like I want to figure this out. Little does he know,
I can see
it's his dad the whole time. You know, like I feel like it's something like that. But I feel like at the end, I think it's too soon to like open the box of like, oh, it was Omni-Man. You know, like I think that's too. I don't know. They could lead it so many more directions if they still keep it shut.
That's
it's because I think they can definitely like prolong that too.
Yeah, no.
Like,
well, like that's like that actually kind of brings that problem back of like them having so many loose ends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they have to tighten off some of these.
And it's weird because they kind of set the tone
happen.
like on the very first episode of like, all right, so like he kills their Justice League and then they don't touch on that at all. But like bits and pieces, but they don't. But like they don't like get to the bottom of it.
They don't give you a reason.
Yeah.
Because part of me at the beginning was thinking it was that Secret Service group that Omni-Man kind of worked for.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they had him kill the globe, but they were trying to figure it out too. So I'm like, what the, like what is going on here? I don't know, but I have a feeling something.
I wonder
if
the demon guy comes back.
I hope he does because he's a good character.
Yeah.
I mean, and he knew from the start too. I think he's the one that gave the wife the clue, right? Yeah. What did he leave behind? I didn't understand.
His notebook.
Yeah.
Of his notes and stuff that he already had.
Yeah.
Because even that guy wants to kill him. Like Omni-Man's like, why don't I just go there and kill him? Like I'll do it real quick. And Cecil's like, bitch, like I know it's you. Like, so no, don't.
Fucking around.
No, but like that's the thing. There's a place where I think the show is gonna go. I just don't know how long it's going to take to get there, but I'm hoping that they kind of close off these ends here. But that's the thing. I am kind of waiting for every episode each week. Like I'm not just like, all right, well, I'm like I don't care enough to keep watching the show.
I have a good feeling Invincible, like at the ending, like you said earlier, like how do you think it's going to end? I have a good feeling it's going to end with like something explosive. Like maybe Eve or Zaz, one of them might die, and I think that might just
I hope it's not Eve.
I hope it's not Eve either, and I don't think it will be.
So
I have a feeling it will be Zaz.
Plus, I think her powers open.
Or Amber, that's her name, right? Amber.
Well,
the actress.
Amber, yeah.
And I think it's gonna be her, and then I think that's gonna bridge how Invincible and Eve will, because then they'll kind of be like Eve was like got cheated on by that douchebag, and then so she lost her loved one, and then Invincible will lose Amber, which he really cared about.
And it's probably gonna be something of like he finally tells her, and then like the very next day, boom, dead, kills her off.
No, I could totally see that too, but like that, like kind of that is pretty much what we've seen up until this point, and kind of what we're expecting. But now I think it's time to move on to a little Falcon Winter Soldier. This last episode was
spicy.
Episode 5 came out just last week.
Yeah.
It starts off with John Walker running away from the incident that happened, freaking out basically, and then immediately jumps into double team up against John Walker Falcon, and Winter Soldier fighting against John Walker. That was sick.
And it was so sick with Falcon because he like
a little combo move.
Flat out tells him though, like
he's
like dude, like it's gonna be okay and stuff, but also give me the shield, man.
No, dude,
he's like, you don't want to do this. Like, he's like,
I absolutely loved when he was like, It's like, you don't want to do this. It's like,
we do.
Like, the part that I really like there is after like they all like beat the absolute shit out of each other and they're just kind of like laying there. I love that Bucky takes a shield and he puts it at Falcon and he's like, fucking here, like here. That's what I got from it. Was just like, dude, here, fucking here. Like I told you about this.
I was telling Dom, like in that scene, they did very specific imagery, of like the sun coming in, and it was like he was almost glowing when he like was holding the shield above him, and it was almost as I think it's very clear that it's like it's Steve and Bucky like together. They're like, here, this is from both of us this time, not just Steve. Like both of us are giving you this shield, like, and you know what it means now. And he drops it to him, and then he just walks away. And I think it's very specific, like very on purpose.
And it just makes sense for Falcon because the thing is that like when Steve Rogers, Captain America, he was like almost like the symbol of America at the time of like hope and like being a great person, and it would only make sense that Bucky and Steve are like, here, Falcon, like it's fucking yours, dude. Like you mean well, like you're not a douchebag, you're not anything like this. You're not just some rando. Like you know what it takes, and because obviously they can't give it to Winter Soldier because he kind of killed like a bunch of people already. So
and he's got his own problems though. He's trying to figure out like
he's trying to right his wrongs.
And I think obviously this is like
his own baggage.
This was like the moment for him to be like, Steve gave it to you, you gave it up. I'm giving it to you. Like don't give it up. Like I have a feeling if this were to turn into like something where like Falcon was like, I still don't want it, I think Bucky would have just went rogue and taken it and just been like, dude, fuck you then. Like I'm done with this shit because like it's his now.
And I was telling Dom there was like two moments. So there was that first moment where he hands over the shield, he drops over the shield to him, and I feel like that was like the physical, like this is the shield, like this is it, you know, we'll give it to you, boom, there it is. But then later down the line, right before Sam starts his training montage.
Which was
they're both throwing it. They're both basically playing catch with each other. But then he holds it for a second. He goes like, I guess we both like neither of us knew what it really meant for like, you know, the shield to belong to like, you know, a black man, you know, like he straight up says that. And I feel like again the first one was a physical, but then this time he hands it over to him, and this is him like with the meaning and everything all around, like he gives it to him, he doesn't drop it to him, he hands it to him.
And I think in this episode they really go into like the whole deeper meaning why like maybe why Sam didn't want it in the first place. Well, not want it though, because I don't think he never wanted it, but I think
I still don't think he wants it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, like. But I think he's like, this is his responsibility now.
Yeah,
you know, like,
it's because I think he's
like too, but
like going through the thing of like trying to like prove himself, like kind of, like like kind of not like prove himself to like anybody else, but like to like just carry like this burden.
Yeah.
And like it's a lot to
it is
take
a burden,
on.
yeah.
In a sense, it is a burden because look at what it did to like such a model soldier. That you like.
But the other thing too,
what that does to
the way I see it is because like I think the whole acceptance of the shield at first was wrong, because the thing is that when Captain America gives Sam the shield in Endgame, he says it's yours, and Falcon says like it feels like someone else's. So then fast forward to Falcon the Winter Soldier, he goes, this belongs to somebody else, like this isn't mine, this belongs to Steve, like, and he gives it away. Well, they tried their best to replace Captain America with John Walker, who was pretty much another Captain America. Like they try to like copy and paste.
That's what it's like. Even where it looks, you know, and everything.
But the thing that Falcon didn't understand is when Captain, in my opinion, when Captain America gave him the shield, he wasn't saying, "You're Steve Rogers now." He's saying, "You're Captain America now, but you're Sam Wilson. You're your own. Like lead as Sam." And I think Sam took it as, "I'm not Steve Rogers. Like I can't do that," which is obviously wrong. And I think that's what got into Sam's head, is him saying like, well, like, I can't be Steve Rogers. Like, I wasn't frozen. I don't have serum. Like, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I wasn't, like, this symbol of hope that helped all the other Avengers that when everything split up. And I think that's where it hurt Sam, because I think Sam had to take it as, I'll do my best as Sam Wilson Captain America. Not, I'm going to do my best to fill in Steve Rogers Captain America.
Yeah.
Like, that was completely wrong in his aspect. And I think now... I think he's realizing after his talk with Isaiah, I think he's realizing, because he tells Isaiah, he goes, Steve didn't put you in a prison.
Yeah.
See, Steve didn't put you in a prison. I think he's telling Isaiah now, because Isaiah tried to, like, talk him down with, like, no self-respecting black man, whatever, had the shield. I think this is important for Sam to take the shield and go, times are different, times are changing. It wasn't like when Isaiah was growing up. During that time, Steve was frozen, so he didn't do any of that. And I think this would be more of a symbol of hope to people in America, saying, I'm Sam Wilson, I'm black, I'm not Steve Rogers, and I'm taking the shield. This is where we are. This is what we can do. And I think not taking the shield would actually hurt the reputation of Captain America even more.
No, yeah, and I think it's kind of like what you said there. It's like it's not being the best Captain America. It's being his best Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And,
as Captain America, yeah.
Well, yeah, but like that's him kind of embracing himself more, which I think it's going to help because I believe we're going to get an upgrade for a suit with that whole box.
Oh, yeah.
And I was pissed. I knew
I knew it. I saw the box, and like they brought out the box like 20 minutes left in the episode, and then I was like, we're not gonna see what's inside that box. No way. Gotta wait till next week.
Part of me thought, because they brought it in like almost 40 minutes in, 35 minutes in, I was like, oh dude, we're so gonna see what's in there.
Yeah.
Well, they had a long montage of kind of like, because like in my opinion, that part where Sam and Bucky are working on the boat was not only them fixing the boat, but fixing between themselves.
Yeah.
And that's how things kind of like shaped out at the end. And I think now that he's cleared the air with Bucky, I think he's finally acceptance that he's not Steve Rogers, he's Sam. Yeah. I think he's now saying, because even Sam's sister said, "You gonna let what Isaiah told you like get inside your head?" She's kind of saying, like you think the same thing is gonna happen to you. It's not. Mm-hmm. Like Steve gave that to you for a reason, and I think now he's like, yeah, you're right. I can be the best Captain America, but Sam Wilson's Captain America, not Steve Rogers' Captain America, because he's irreplaceable. Like nobody's gonna replace Tony Stark when someone takes on the Iron Man mantle. You can't. Mm-hmm. So that's where I think that now he's gonna move forward and saying, like, Isaiah, you're right, but you're wrong. Mm-hmm. You know, like
it was wrong what they did to you.
It was wrong what they did to you, but times are different, and you were born in a bad time, bad place. I was kind of born in like that time to fix things, and now I think he's gonna move forward.
Yeah, which in like he was born to where like change is happening, and
of course,
and things are moving forward in that aspect, which is kind of gives more depth to why maybe Sam didn't want the shield in the first place too, because it is a burden, and we've seen what that burden can do to like
John Walker,
the perfect soldier, right? He has 3 medals of honors and all this stuff, right?
He does that thing with his helmet.
Yeah.
Dude, that ending though, when he's just making like a little toy shield, like that's what it looks like when he's like, ding, and he's like, look at my hair project, I put my medals on it, God, it's so cute.
That thing looks like the great value.
and for those people that don't know, by the way, because if you're a big MCU fan, that's actually Kurt Russell's son. So families in the MCU, that's pretty cool.
No, yeah.
Kurt Russell's ego.
Yeah. Sometimes I see it though, but then there's other times I'm like, these guys don't look.
This guy's got a gigantic nose on him though.
Chin too,
and a chin.
Schnauzer.
Crimson chin, dude.
Schnozzle.
Fairly apparent.
And I mean, like,
dude, he is a crimson chin. Dude.
Yeah.
That thing's plenty of shit.
I also do want to bring something up because I showed Dom and he didn't see it at first. Also, when I saw it, but like when I saw this the first time, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I was watching it on my phone. I saw it the first time on my phone. And, like, you know that montage where he's, like, flipping it, and he's doing backflips, and he's, like, push-ups, and he's really getting it, you know? He's, he's working towards the shield, which I loved. Like, I love that he didn't automatically, like, was perfect with the shield, he's working for it. Mm-hmm. But there's a specific shot where, like, he's running towards the camera, and, like, he's wearing, like, red, and he does, like, a backflip, right? Like, or, like, kind of a side flip.
It's like a misty, like, 380.
Exactly. And so he does it, but, like, the camera, I don't know, like, in my opinion, I felt like it was such a weird shot because it's, like, in front, and you can so clearly tell it's, like, a stunt double, you know? Like, his head shape was different. He looked completely,
I have something funny on that. So,
I was just like,
oh, man. I was trying really hard to convince us because when Drew's in, I was like, you know, like, it kind of looks like I could see it, though, like, it's kind of like him. I watched it with my parents later. When he does that flip, my mom goes, "That's not him."
Yeah, dude.
I was like, "What the fuck?"
Instantly, dude. I don't know, and like it was just a bad angle. Like that's all it was. Like it was just a bad angle, but it was clearly not him.
Also,
see, I feel like if I see that again, it's gonna look really.
I don't want to go back.
We'll check it out after the pod, and I'll put it on the Instagram for you guys. So
I don't want to go back to that.
You'll see it.
The other scene that I like too. Also, I want to touch up on this a bit. Bucky's closing some loose ends. Real emotional scene last episode where he loses the Winter Soldier part of him.
Yeah.
Where he's like crying, very emotional. Love the new part 2 where he has the gun to Zemo's head, pulls the trigger, nothing's in it, drops the bullets.
Drops the bullets.
Really good. I really like that because that's like him saying like, I don't need to kill you to close this.
Well, he also, he was also validating rule number 2, which is no killing.
Yeah.
So.
But also, how about when Sam was embracing his PTSD counselor?
Oh yeah.
When they were talking like that. Like, I thought that was dope, and it's like, oh, all right, now we're seeing this kind of chemistry and friendship
that was
between
just, like,
them.
Good, like, guys being dudes, like, therapy.
The biggest shock about it,
because, like, they were playing catch with the shield, and then they fixed the boat, and, like, they did something else.
Dude, there's a lot of guys.
Well, he slept.
There's a lot of guys being dude scenes that I just.
Oh yeah, Bucky slept with Sarah. Yeah.
No. No.
All right, but I do ship them.
I love that. But like, a part of me doesn't know if like he's doing it because he actually like wants to, or if he's just messing with Sam.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Both, yeah, right?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of
definitely
both.
like a little bit of both.
But
I'd be down for it.
I was gonna say there's also a very important line that Bucky tells Sam that he's like, this may be a shock to you, like this may be news, but like what Steve says doesn't matter. You know, he's like,
yeah.
And like if you look at Bucky's face, he's just like, whoa, you know, like he's shocked because at this point, like Bucky's basically, he's here because of what Steve said and what Steve believed. You know, like that's his whole purpose at this point. You know, well, and so it's like a complete fucking like world shattering like shock to him when he hears.
Well,
that.
And that's where like I think a lot of people don't realize that not only is this season big for like Sam becoming Captain America eventually and Bucky like finding his peace. But it's also an awakening for both people because it's an awakening for Bucky where Sam's telling him, like, Steve saved you for a reason, but now you have to realize that you are worth it. That, like, what you do now is what you want to be in life. Like, you didn't have a choice back then because they controlled you. You were the Winter Soldier. And Steve freed you, but now you have to stop living by his code. You have to be you now. And I think vice versa for Sam, it's now you have to be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers Captain America, you're Sam Wilson Captain America. Yeah. So I think they're both kind of awakening in this, like...
And then try not to live in his shadow anymore.
No, yeah.
Because, like, you look at it, both of them are in his shadow.
Yeah.
Right? Because Steve kind of brought Bucky back, gave him that second chance, third chance even. Mm-hmm. And then Sam's just always been with him since, like... What? 2?
Since Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was Steve that went to Sam.
Yeah.
And then that's when Sam was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, Captain America comes knock on my door needing help. Like, of course, like, I'll be here." Mm-hmm. And that's where I think when Captain America left in Endgame, he brought them together, saying like that Steve resembles like what's right, kind of, and like what's good. And he gave them that realization. But when Steve left, he tried to tell them like, now be the best version of yourself. Bucky, you're not the Winter Soldier. Be Bucky. Mm-hmm. Sam, you're not Steve Rogers. Be Sam Wilson, Captain America. And I think they had a hard time coping with that in the first couple episodes. Mm-hmm. And now I think it's really coming through. And I'm very excited. I wanted to ask you guys that too. New suit, new wings.
New suit, new wings.
That was going to be the next thing that I was going to say. I think these wings are going to be able to shoot out, though.
Yeah, to like... Can I shoot their...
in the comics, can he shoot his wings?
Their feathers?
His, like, feathers.
Yeah.
But, like, don't they go back in? Kind of like a guy from My Hero.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's how it works.
Hawks?
That is, like, his, like, wing... His, like, feathers can shoot out, and they'll like, go back into his suit.
No, but it's because for that thing... I'm pretty sure like, bullets. That it's, like... That he, like...
Once he
shoots them out, and then it just kind of like there's a bunch of more that kind of like
go in.
Oh
yeah,
like probably from like his jetpack or something.
But either way, I'm super hype about this next suit, and I think that's the thing I'm most hyped for this next episode.
Suit and the shield.
But this is what I take from it, because for the longest time, for like a decade now, we've had the guy with the shield was Cap, with Steve Rogers, super soldier, mixed martial arts specialist. Like, we saw action from his point of view. And a lot of people were like, well, who's going to get the shield next? Bucky or Falcon? Obviously can't be Bucky. Give it to Falcon. Now I'm super interested to see what combos he's going to do with the wings. Because Cap didn't have those. So what kind of things he's going to do, like flying with the shield and the wings.
And I think we got like a little glimpse of him fighting John Walker.
Yeah.
With the way he uses his wings in kind of like a close combat.
Yeah.
But I think that these Wakandan wings, because their tech is like insane.
Advanced, yeah.
So I think that these wings are going to be able to like make him do what he was doing, but times 5. Like I feel like he's going to like enjoy these things.
Also, Joaquin took those old wings, so I think Joaquin might.
And the news about
he's definitely
Joaquin
gonna
too,
fill in for Falcon.
Well, because in the comics, like Joaquin actually fills in as Falcon, like
later on,
as
and
Sam
then like
Wilson
he turns
on the
into like basically like the next sidekick for Captain America.
No, yeah, for sure.
And then Bucky is going to be there too.
And then Bucky's just going to be there, just being the White Wolf. Alright, like just a personal favorite. I just love like every time they call him like that, like they call him the White Wolf, and I was like, yo, that's just such a dope name. That's such a dope name to have, and he can just like call them like pretty much whenever he wants.
But the thing is, what his old arm like bust up like that? Cause it kind of got busted up during the fight there.
Yeah, it did.
Would his old arm get busted up? But like, no, actually, his old arm wouldn't detach from his body.
Yeah.
Because once it got busted up, like it like kind of twisted, so he had to like put it back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think somewhere down the line, Bucky's gonna get upgrades because I know later on in life or in the comics, I think he didn't just have a metal arm. Like it had like other things on it. Like
but it like
some
like
it gets like teched out.
Yeah, it gets teched out. So
maybe like EMPs and shit, right?
I'm honestly hoping that it does.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe just like the more like he kind of becomes more into like Bucky, the more like he'll get like more like maybe they like Wakanda kind of put like a training wheels program like they did with Spider-Man suit.
Mm-hmm.
You know how he had the training wheels.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
true.
Ooh, and like then he kind of taps into
so
it,
there might be
or he like goes back over there and he's like, "Hey, all right, guys. So like, what did these 3 like girls like do to my shit? Because like they just turned it off." And then that's when they tell him it's like, "Oh well, there's actually like some cool things you can do with this arm."
I actually think that there are features on it to where that he just doesn't know that are there, and I think he's like still kind of trying to find his way through those. But
all in all, it's been really good so far.
Super hyped for the next episode.
Next episode's gonna be great. GSP comes back in it. If you guys don't know, GSP is an actual badass.
Yeah.
Like
GSP.
I'm actually glad that they brought that guy back. That French guy.
The French guy.
Oh, the French guy.
Yeah, he's like an actual MMA fighter.
Actual MMA fighter. Yeah.
He was on Joe Rogan.
His 30th Khabib's 30th fight was supposed to be against him.
No.
That was gonna be like Khabib's.
What, really?
Yeah, but both of them just kind of Khabib retired after his dad died, and then GSP was already kind of like on the way out, so he's like, no, I'm just gonna. But he's an actual badass, and I'm really excited to see because he wants to kill the Falcon. How does he say it?
Yeah,
the Falcon.
I want to kill the Falcon.
I want to kill the Falcon.
Oh yeah, the Falcon. I want to kill the Falcon.
But yeah, overall, I think it's a really good season. Great episode. We have one episode left. One episode left, so. I mean, but it's good.
I'm gonna be sad when it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
But what? Now I think it's time to get in some yay or nay news. The news cycle is pretty big this week, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So there's a lot of things that we got to get into. So let's start off with kind of the biggest thing.
Shang-Chi, yeah. Continuing with Marvel.
Yeah.
Continuing with Marvel.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi just dropped.
Former black belt. That's why he's doing it.
Oh.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, no, yeah.
One stripe white belt here.
Taekwondo.
One stripe white belt.
Sparring champion over here.
Stopped when I was a blue belt.
So like whoever wants it, just comment below.
No, preferably the other BuzzBoy podcast.
Yeah.
Because we're still beefing with them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They don't know that we're beefing with them.
Yeah. But if anybody wants to like tell like the other like BuzzBoys guys, like I don't know what they do. Yeah. But tell them that the BuzzBoys over here got a black belt and we're down to scrap.
It's a one-sided beef right now.
Yeah.
Right now. But it's going to be two-sided eventually.
Anyways, so continuing on the Marvel trend, Shang-Chi just dropped. According to you guys, it's a movie. I thought it was a TV show.
It's a movie.
I don't know if it's movie worthy, in my opinion.
Ooh,
because
hot take.
I don't know who this guy is. For a second, when I was watching it, I was like, "Oh, like this is like."
I mean, that's what people said about
like
Guardians.
Iron Fist. That's true.
Can I be honest?
Guardians is a group, though. This is one dude.
Can I be honest? I don't know about this guy either, but it looks sick though.
I mean, it's Marvel. It's Marvel, so it's a yay.
Marvel.
We already know it's a yay.
So that's the thing. Like that's a pretty good point that you brought up. But I'm not only hyped because of that. Like watching the trailer, I think it looks sick.
It looks good.
I think the action looks cool. I love that they're going into the Mandarin with the 10 rings and stuff. Because I know that shit can get pretty OP, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy abilities with those. But either way, man, I have no idea who this guy is, but...
Me neither. I don't even know his name. Is his name Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi?
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if maybe that was like his art.
I am hyped, though.
The one thing I was mentioning, though, was that, like... I mean, like, he's supposed to be the best fighter in the Marvel Universe. Like, people say that about Iron Fist as well, but Iron Fist does have powers at the same time.
Yeah, he is a little...
But Shang-Chi, he's just pretty much a dude that's just really, really good at fighting.
Yeah.
Really?
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
He's
like
Batman
the best
levels,
fighter.
He's like Batman levels
the best
of
fighter, yeah.
fighting.
Really?
Yeah.
And in the trailer, it's a whole lot of like, I don't know what's going on. You know, like it's just like a whole mess of stuff. I mean, we do get a lot of mention and talk about the Mandarin, which is going to be the big bad. And I mean, he's been kind of looming around. And there was a fake Mandarin in Iron Man 3.
Oh my god,
which was
that guy was jokes.
Yeah,
people were really upset about that because like the Mandarin is actually a pretty big deal in the Marvel universe and shit like that. But you know, we got kind of a visual of, you know, who it could possibly be, which is this older guy. But at the same time, it's definitely a big action flick. You know, there's a bunch of
kung fu,
a lot of fighting, a lot of
dude.
whatever.
It's gonna be sick.
You know what? The one thing I saw on this is that I think the imagery is going to be really nice in this.
It's very colorful.
When you look at things like in kind of like a Japanese culture, they had a lot of like colorful imagery, a lot of like stills that you can like see that are really nice with like samurai and all that.
And I
think
feel
that we're
like
gonna
that
get that.
they embrace their culture a lot, so they're gonna bring it to life like that, of kind of the same beauty that they see it. That's how they're gonna bring it to life, and then more.
This is new for us.
And then also there's this one part that it looked like that they were in some old traditional Japanese palace looking setup. What was that all about? Like, is that a training?
But also there was like this other part of like
cool.
of like them like fighting in like a garden or something, and it looked like,
dude, I'm
telling you,
I'm telling you, this movie's
just
gonna
like
be good.
super nice and like
I
great
cannot
background,
It's
super
Marvel,
majestic.
so it has to be.
Yeah.
Dude, well,
It
that's
has to
the
be.
thing. Like, they've set up such a base to where
I think
they can
exactly
implement anything.
That's
you know?
where we're at right now. Is that we didn't ask for Shang-Chi, but we're getting Shang-Chi.
So we're getting Shang-Chi
Because they have Marvel's at a like a big dick stage right now where they're like, I'll do whatever I want. Like, dude, I'll make a movie about Dark Come. I don't care. Like, so that's where they're at. And the thing is, we're kind of just like at their like mercy, because whatever they're coming out with, give it to me. Just give it to me. I don't care. Just give it. It's gonna be great. If any of you guys say nay, you guys are wrong, because it's gotta be a yay.
All right, well, here let's go, Johnny. Yay or nay? Really quick.
All right, big karate guy.
Yeah.
So
The
Johnny
guy loves
Karate,
it.
yeah.
Johnny Karate,
Johnny Karate. Yeah.
I don't got a Twitch, but
Yeah.
possibly in the future, who knows?
Maybe.
But it's an obvious yay for me. Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
It's a yay.
Yeah.
It's good to
It's
see
a yay. I think it's a yay.
Yeah. It's also a yay for me. Like y'all said, visually it looks great. Action
Visually,
looks like it's gonna be
culturally, it
action
looks
packed.
really good. I'm expecting some nice Japanese, like, kind of like this like samurai kind of feel with like music to it.
I am too.
I'm really digging that.
Wait, but this guy's Chinese, so.
Oh,
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
Chinese guy.
Dig it.
wow.
That's where all that kung fu.
Well,
comes
then,
I
nay.
think
No,
I
okay.
also I think I also said Japanese, like traditional.
Well, it's got that like dojo feel to it.
Chinese
Yeah.
traditional
So it's
palace.
got that Chinese traditional dojo feel to it.
That's
I'm
right.
into it. This is new. We haven't
Yeah.
seen it, so
Should be fun.
keep it
All
on the Marvel trend.
Yeah, no. So next thing, little No Way Home news from what's his name?
Alfred Molina, I think so.
Alfred Molina.
Former Doc Ock.
Alfred
Yeah.
Molina.
Yeah. So
Good Italian.
one of the best Spider-Man villains that we've seen on screen, Doc Ock, is gonna be back.
He's gonna be back, and this is huge because he's not in this universe originally.
Yeah. So
Like he's
the multiverse is here.
Yeah, multiverse is
coming,
here. It's wide open.
and we know it's here, especially with Doctor Strange coming soon too. So this is big because this is like the Spider-Man we grew up on.
Yeah.
Well, what is it? You know, like, well, I mean, the news was that he spilled it. He spilled the beans. That like he's a part of this project now, and not only that, but it's been not necessarily confirmed, but people have been talking about that they will be anti-aging used on his face.
Oh, okay.
So that was the news. Like that was what what the actual thing was. So it's more confirmation. Again, like we only have a title at this point. Everything about the multiverse events, they're all speculation.
We have no idea.
Literally, like nothing has been
because
confirmed.
weren't other people supposed to be confirmed too, but they're not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but also
it was like Tobey Maguire,
and then J.K. Simmons was also rumored to be playing both.
Yeah.
The Sam Raimi Spider-Man as well as this new Spider-Man.
This is detrimental, I think, to Marvel because they're good at the combination game. But we haven't seen the combination game from other movies yet in terms of other universes. Because obviously Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, they're all in the same universe. They're just different movies. But you create a good storyline, you can bring them together. These are different separate places, different universes, different times. Older, like memorable times for us because we grew up with Tobey Maguire. We saw Andrew Garfield in theaters. So this is going to be, I think, a testament to them on how they bring in other verses into this.
It's very scary at the same time, though, because there's I feel like there's a lot on the line, because there's so many good things that can be like, if it's not pulled the right way, it can all break.
It's going to be very,
fold.
It's going to be a very tight kind of line that they're walking on.
Because also, it's also a line of making sense. It's like, well, what about Andrew Garfield? Like, what about this?
But
what about this?
Isn't Jamie Foxx gonna be in this movie?
Exactly.
Too?
Yeah.
Right?
So that's why
he's gonna be like
Electra or no?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Electro,
So that's the thing. That's a great point because it's like they're pulling from all these things, right? Mm-hmm. Pulling from Andrew Garfield, Toby, all this stuff. Toby. So all this stuff, but. Are they going to make it make sense? Are they going to make it work?
Yeah.
And is it going to be too overwhelming?
That's another thing.
Is this going to be like a 3-hour movie trying to fit in all these people and all these different things
I don't
that are
want
going to happen?
Be
what the hell?
I don't want it to be as big as say Infinity War and Endgame because that was the peak. Yeah. That was what everything led up to.
But at the level of Into the Spider-Verse, that would be pretty good.
Yeah, because oh my god, dude.
Oh, you're talking about the animated
thing. Crazy.
Yeah, and but that's why I'm saying though is that
was there a rumor that he's supposed to make a small cameo?
Yeah.
Adios.
Dude, there's so much stuff that they're trying to add into this movie that it's almost madness at this point for the fans because we have no idea what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm. And you know what we have though? They do have probably a backup plan. Let's say they drop the movie, it sucks. Just get Mr. Strange to reverse everything, and then just do it again.
Talking about the ultimate
oh wait, but doesn't have the stone. Can't do that.
And this is the weirdest thing is that
Dom's got the time stone.
We can give them the benefit of the doubt that it's Marvel, and it's gonna be good, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that can easily go wrong.
There's a lot on the line.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot on the line.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I trust Marvel and stuff, but at the same time, there's a little voice in the back of my head that's super skeptical.
Yeah.
That's I really hope
because
they can
we've seen
this,
it before though. It's because we've seen it before that it's they build up something great and then it's something happens, they try to do something weird,
and the fact that it's a whole new world of completely different movies that were never meant to be attached to this universe. That whole aspect.
This is probably the last thing that I'll say on it is that if they can make it work, then it's gonna be a spectacle.
If they make this work, and it's undefeated,
it'll be something that is really hard to do, but it'll be unreal. Just
and it's again, if they pull this off, they're gonna be changing the game, even more than they do now.
You see that I'll touch up on what you said because that'll be the last thing I say about it. Is I'm glad they're not going, all right, we already have the schematics, make some movies, come out with a big movie. Now that they thought, we've been there before, we've done that, no one's going to beat us on that, let's take the next step and doing this multiverse. Yeah. That's because they could easily make another 20 movies and then a big movie again. They could easily do that. But now they're doing this, and this is them showing, I'm at the top, I'm staying here. I don't have a roof.
They're getting cocky because they are taking these movies that were not supposed to be connected, and that's a challenge.
Well, cocky, but at the same time strong about it though.
Dude, I wouldn't say cocky, but confident.
It's a tall order to be trying to connect different universes and to start a multiverse.
But can we all agree though that if they knock this out, nobody will ever touch them in the history of film.
As
long as we're alive.
They have a really good, 22 saga with Infinity War, Endgame, and dude, they be freaking set up for sure. But alright, I think that kind of clears up with the Spider-Man news. I'm sure that we'll see some more stuff coming out. Some set photos I'm sure will drop soon.
Yep.
So we'll probably touch up on those again. But really quick, yay or nay, John?
Yay.
Yay.
Big yay.
Yay. He's a great villain.
Easy yay.
Spider-Man 2.
Easy yay, we're all ready for it.
That's the GOAT Spider-Man movie.
We're all ready for it.
The part that I always got was when he's like yelling at his claw and he's like, listen to me. I'm like, listen, please. I was like small. I was like, please listen to him.
Yeah.
But next on the news, we're talking. So it was also revealed some actual DC news.
Yeah.
We got a Flash logo.
Yes.
Very clean. Cute little animation that came along with it as well. No other news about it. Just kind of the fact that, it's confirmed that the production has begun.
Thank God.
And they have a logo, and we have a logo.
It's been like 3 years in, like during this whole process of just getting the Flash off.
Because the actual Flash movie was supposed to drop.
It was supposed to be out
3 years ago.
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
So I'm just
on our birthday.
I am just glad that there's production. And that there's a logo. And we even got some news, which will push us over to the Michael Keaton, being confirmed with his own agency that he will return as Batman. As a Batman,
yeah.
So what does that mean?
I don't know.
Are they going to open up some multiverse?
Because think about it. We already have 2 Batmans coming. We have, Affleck's, of course, and then Robert Pattinson's on Earth 2.
Dude, everyone's going to be confused. So I'm already a little confused. They really have to do a good job with trying to...
So let me ask you this. Do you think they're biting off too much right now? Or do you think that, they're going in the right...
All right.
I think it depends on how they handle it.
If I think that they're going to do, a Flashpoint for Flash first movie, that's kind of wild.
That's a little wild.
That would be too much. That would be biting off way too much.
That for sure would not make sense.
Yeah.
But I think if they can do it right, then because Flash is known to be going through different timelines. He's a timeline jumper. That's the Speed Force. Yeah. It is something that exists through everything almost. And then, so just if they do kind of bring him or have him talk to a future one, maybe that's what it'll be.
Wouldn't Michael Keaton be technically a past one?
Well, maybe Flash jumps to the future when Batman's really old.
And he's playing the old Batman in Batman Beyond. That'd be kind of sick.
So maybe it could be that. Maybe it's not the Michael Keaton Batman that we saw from years ago.
Okay.
That's what we're all just assuming. So maybe it's an older version of Ben Affleck. But I feel like they would just use Ben Affleck and make him look old.
Because he's already old as shit anyway.
He already looks like a bag of shit.
I say right now he looks like a McDouble.
Yeah. But no,
I mean, big news though. Honestly, for them to reveal something clearly at this point, it's kind of hinting towards a multiverse sort of event, which what Dom said is a lot to chew. Biting too much
this early, right?
Exactly. It's real early in the game for an event like that. But you know what? They're playing catch up. They
are.
They're trying to get back into the game. I don't know if this is the best move, but at the same time, if they nail it, it could be something good,
Yeah.
Could be,
for sure.
So it's a lot of potential. Go on.
No, I just think it'd be a nice building block to their future because obviously we knew that they were in a rut. Justice League comes out and they kind of dug themselves out. They need to start.
Good to see life.
Getting they need to start doing something with it.
It is most certainly good to see life, and the one thing about it is I want if it's gonna be Zack Snyder's verse, I need him to be the Kevin Feige of DC.
Yeah.
To kind of be in the room for other movies that aren't his to just make sure that everything's gonna line up to where he does his second Justice League.
Cause
just we don't get another Joss Whedon shit show like we got last time where the vision wasn't completed, and
Shazam too, because that just doesn't go with his type of vision of pretty much what he's built with those 3 movies.
We need them
coming off with Justice League
to move forward instead of their whole make a good movie 1 step forward and then we're taking 3 steps back. We need them to actually start moving forward now while they're making these things. And I think, like I said, Justice League I think is a great way to dig themselves out of that hole. Now you gotta move forward because if they move back again, they're done, dude. They're done. Scrap it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the last few chances, but I don't know. I have hope. Flash is Ezra Miller did a pretty good job, you know, in the Snyder Cut. So
yeah,
a lot of hope.
He definitely left me wanting more.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's really good because that first cut of Flash.
Yikes!
Oh my god! And that Justice League.
And he actually didn't do anything.
I hated him.
I think he just saved
the family. He didn't do anything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But all right, well, like since we've seen the logo, we've got a little bit of news, which kind of leaves us to speculate what this movie will be about.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yay or nay, John?
Yay or nay on the logo?
Logo, yeah.
The logo, yay.
Yeah.
And like, kind of like, what's to come of this movie? Yay.
Yeah.
Soft. It's a soft yay.
It's a soft yay.
Yeah.
It's a soft yay, and the reason being the reason why it's, in my opinion, solidified yay is just because what we've seen already with Justice League. So I'm gonna say yay, but don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
But it's because it's a very soft yay.
Yay.
Only because I've been disappointed before.
Exactly.
So
been hurt before.
Yeah, I'm at a soft yay, but also I think I'm at like just a normal yay. I'm just yay.
Just yay.
Well, because Flash.
Yeah, because I love Flash. And he's one of my
favorite.
I'm a big slut for Flash.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So now that we got that out of the way,
love
there was
the
also do we want to go yay or nay on Michael Keaton? Whole deal.
I'm gonna go yay. Yeah. Like I said, I think yay just because they're in the right direction right now. So yay.
He was pretty solid in his movies.
I'm gonna go yay. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Just because I like him as an actor, and he was a great Batman.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next bit of news, we have the Lord of the Rings new show being put through Amazon, and it is one of the biggest budgets
of all time.
Of all time.
So only the first season.
Yeah, and just to put that in comparison, there was a stat that the first season of Game of Thrones was 190 million or like 100 something million.
Yeah,
that was their first season, and this first season is like 430, 420.
Infinity War was like in the threes. Like I think it was like 330 or like 321.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that was like 1 billion.
No.
Dude, Infinity War?
The budget?
The budget.
You want to check?
Dude, I'm pretty sure.
Smack the M&Ms.
Stat check, hold on.
Right. But while you guys are going into checking it out, like, I don't know, like, Lord of the Rings it's a big property, you know, and the movies are long.
It's a lot to live up to.
It's a lot. It's a whole world, you know. So it kind of makes sense because of the show. Like it's a lot in the show. It's a lot in the world. I'm sure it's going to be a good amount of episodes as well. So it's
do we know when this is going to take place? Is it going to take place after?
I think it's either after
or before.
I think it's
kind of done with the whole book before with the Hobbit.
Can we go back to me?
Yeah, what's up?
Were you right?
Alright, I would just like to say that this kid over here is a moron, Matt.
Oh, wow.
You're a moron.
Why is that?
Because I was close. 360 million.
For Infinity War?
For Infinity War. But it made $2 billion at the box office.
Okay.
Maybe that's very confusing.
So, like, I think that's where you got confused.
So you're capping.
So, cap guy.
But,
big cap.
Big capper.
But yeah, I don't know. It's got a lot going on.
It's got a lot going on. From what I heard, that there's no relation to Aragorn to Gandalf to Frodo. It's just totally separate thing. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure if like
there's
Sauron.
Gonna be dragons and
maybe
so crazy.
I don't
CGI probably.
Because the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings is based around the Ring, which is Mordor and Sauron and all that. Sauron, and the ring has been destroyed, so obviously there's something new's coming. I don't know what it is. I have no idea if this is a prequel. I don't think it is because The Hobbit's a prequel to Lord of the Rings, but as well as their games, Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, are prequels to The Hobbit. So I think this is a totally different branch after
which is good.
Which is good.
Just like you said, they've already built a lot beforehand. The pre stuff, like that's cool.
Yeah.
But now let's see what else. You know, and I like that it's no longer the same characters or anything. You know, it's a whole new
it's gonna
thing.
Be in
just in the
original
world.
story.
Because their whole world building that they've already done is
crazy.
That's enough for me to be hooked on every episode.
But
great action.
But it's like, all right, so like they're giving us a brand new story. But then on top of that, a crazy budget for like a brand new story that it's like they don't even know if these characters are gonna work or if this story's gonna work.
That's also ballsy.
That's ballsy.
Yeah,
that's ballsy.
That is ballsy.
But I think
they got a big sack going into this project here.
Though I think this is gonna be good for entertainment, just because you know we're at a point where like Marvel's been here forever now, DC's been here for a good minute. Harry Potter's always been here, Star Wars has always been here. Lord of the Rings kind of took a small break, and I think them coming back is big, and I think it'll change the kind of like dynamic of things. Obviously, big boots on the ground type fighting, swords and all that, bows. I'm for it.
It fills in the slot for
games,
It fills in the slot for fantasy too. Because we're getting sci-fi, we're getting all this superhero stuff, we're getting all this. But like Game of Thrones already ended. Like we haven't had that in a while. No Harry Potter, nothing else. So like it kind of fills in that slot, and it's kind of nice. It's nice to have something like that back. Yeah. But yeah or nay, everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, very excited. But
because all that,
I really want to see a lot of like big ass dragons.
Yeah,
and like they gotta look cool. They gotta look cool.
Yeah, all right, so now finally we're going to get into some gaming news.
That's right.
Well, not news necessarily, but kind of our opinion.
Yeah.
So one thing,
because Warzone's been changing, and it's going to change some more.
Well, let's give a little history. So we're all kind of in the beginning we all were kind of big Warzone guys.
Yeah.
Like we're specifically going to be talking about Call of Duty, Warzone, Modern Warfare, but more specifically Warzone, which is their battle royale game. We are currently on season 8. Well, season technically 2 of 2.
Oh yeah,
because it's now Black Ops Warzone. But again, like
the next one already.
We've been there for a minute. In my opinion, one of the best seasons was easily Halloween.
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a great season.
But the game's kind of evolved in such an unpleasant way. Like it's so broken at this point.
It's actually not enjoyable as what it was. And I will say it had a lot of leverage going for it because when the pandemic hit, that's all everybody did was Warzone.
Yeah.
But I want to say this is my perspective on it. We kind of got in this repetitive motion of just logging on and playing Warzone. Things got kind of gray. Now that I'm playing other games, I play Little Nightmares, playing Ranked Siege now. I'm going branching out things. Things are getting a lot. Apex. Things are getting a lot more colorful. And the reason why everything got so gray and so messed up is because Warzone just, first of all, they don't care about the community. They don't fix their hacking. They're all about metas. There's no diversity in the game. If you're not using a meta, you're not winning. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Including the new pistols that just dropped.
Yikes.
I mean, it's funny.
Psychops.
And it's funny because we can go through and probably name every OP weapon that's happened. Like it was the FAMAS very first early on in the game.
Yeah.
And it was eventually the Odin.
The Growl.
Then it was the Growl.
It was the Growl, and then everybody's using the Bruin, and then the DMR.
And then it was the DMR was one of the
don't forget
then the pistols.
The snake shots.
Yeah,
the snake shots.
Snake shots.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, like when I'm saying these metas, other guns were eliminated from the factor. 3 out of the 4 LMGs weren't a thing, and 3 out of the 5 when the Bruin dropped. Nobody was using the Scar. No, after a while, people stopped using the FAMAS because the thing is, you weren't getting kills unless you were using the meta at that moment.
Mm-hmm. I don't like how the game turned into that really quickly.
It did.
Yeah. It was a meta-based game off the bat
and
almost.
Everybody has no shame about it too.
Like,
it's just like, this is the gun that will get me kills. Absolutely, I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
There's no chance I won't. Which is fair,
Yeah.
Like,
there's some pride and like joyfulness that comes with kind of having your own style.
Yeah.
So it's like I was telling John so for Destiny there's 3 classes and it's similar to Anthem.
Yeah.
There's a Titan class. You're a heavy guy.
Yeah.
You're pretty much a meat shield.
Yeah.
He has a shield. There's different abilities that come with those classes.
He's got a captain.
And then there's special abilities and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But each gun goes into a submachine gun guy is one that likes close combat.
Yeah.
A scout rifle guy, which is like a single shot, they like to stay back. Someone in between will go with an AR. There's different guns for different types of players. For Warzone, there's a meta. That's it. You use that gun. Use it anywhere, any way you want to. And that's how you get kills.
And let's be honest, like when everybody used the same combination. It was long range, short range. That was your thing. Mm-hmm. I was like one of the only kids that ever used Estrella early on before it got popular and all the streamers started using it. And I would use that thing constantly, but that thing is almost irrelevant unless there's vehicles, and there's nothing I can do with it, and I use PKM as well. Close range, I'm screwed, because I'm either getting killed by Psychos, MAC-10, Fire Breath Origin, Fire Breath Doof. All these things were things that were just being used constantly. And
there was that one shotgun that a lot of people are using now. What's it called? It was from Black Ops. It looks like the Spaz 12. But like that one is like also kind of broken too. But they just don't fix these guns, and then Call of Duty is getting so shameless now to where watch them drop a meta, and then boom, tracer pack drops. Everyone buys a tracer pack. Then
that's what they did for the Grau. That's what they did for the Grau, man.
Dude, watch them.
Everyone, like they always every game that you played in, there were purple bullets flying everywhere.
Oh yeah,
because everybody was playing with the Grau.
And that's the thing that I just think Warzone. See, when flashing back to their previous one was Blackout, you were forced to use what you found. So you dropped in, you found different ARs, you found different submachine guns, you found different pistols. This one, it's hurry up, gather $10,000, buy a loadie, and let me use what 97% of the rest of the lobby is using just so I can have a chance. Mm-hmm. And the other thing too is that sniping was phased out, actual sniping. Car 98K, that's not a fucking sniper. That's a marksman, and it's better than every sniper in the game.
It is.
Yeah. Why?
Dude, that one's always been consistently better than every sniper.
Yeah. Why can that one shot down me, but I can headshot somebody with the AX50 or HDR and I'll break armor? It doesn't make sense. The game is just broken. They don't fix their hacking. They don't fix their metas. They don't fix their glitches. The terrain is horrible. We were promised new maps. It's the same fucking map.
Well, also there's also kind of news on that, which is that there's supposed to be a new map update when the nuke goes off. Mm-hmm. And it's supposedly just going to be a reskin, but 70s. So like the map itself is going to stay the same, but the buildings are going to look different.
Yeah, they're going to look old. I'm telling you, and then they also built the map very vertical. So
hopefully that doesn't happen. But there have been leaks that
and
sources.
If we're being honest, if I'm being honest, I keep forgetting that Cold War even came out because everybody just stayed on Warzone.
Everyone just stayed on Warzone. And there was no reason for me to get
which brings me
but you can buy the skins
that
are on Cold War, but
into Warzone,
and then play them on Warzone.
It's a very confusing thing that they tried to do, and it didn't make me want to buy Cold War, and I haven't bought it, and I'm probably not going to.
And the next game comes out in about 6 months.
I'll probably buy that one, because hopefully everything's going to get switched over to that.
That leads me into my next segment, which maybe you're not going to buy it, because the new one, for those of you that don't know, is rumored to be going back to World War II. This game was in production in 2019. We got World War II in 2017. Not even 2 years later, they already thought we need another World War II game, so they're calling it Call of Duty Vanguard, which is going to be a continuation of Cold War.
What?
So, but
a pre-Cold War
game. That's what I heard. So an insider. So I got some news here.
I have to buy Cold War.
So I got some news here. Look, I got some news here.
Look up the campaign.
No, check this out. I got some news here.
Well, you go for it.
So there is an insider who for Call of Duty that leaked a bunch of things, and his name is Tom Henderson, and he said Vanguard is a fucking disaster. Says they have a whole bowl of shit they can fuck up, and they're blindfolded choosing out of that bowl. Somebody said, explain to me in one quote what you think this is, and he says, a nail in the coffin for Call of Duty.
Ooh. Yeah.
The new Warzone, I heard, is going to be akin to Rebirth. It's going to be like a Rebirth Island. This doesn't sound good. It sounds like Call of Duty is hurting right now.
Dude.
And they have somebody knocking at the door because the new Battlefield is coming out. And they decided to take years off to try and come out with something
Halo
great.
2 is coming out too.
So there's a rumor.
Infinity, but it's coming out as well.
There's a big rumor that Halo might drop a BR, and that it can be to me really, really good or just terrible.
Really, really bad.
I mean, it was already underwater for the graphics, which people were.
Well, that's why they pushed it back.
I mean, rightly so, because come on,
because they were taking so long with the game.
We're already on Series X, and it was looking like that.
But it got pushed back. So I do have I just really hope that they can figure it out with this game, and so I can play the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Because I love Halo.
But the main thing is though is that Call of Duty better figure their shit out because there's a bunch of stuff coming out around that time. What, next November? Well, this coming.
They usually drop every fall.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I like playing Call of Duty. I like the controls. I like the way the game feels. I like the way a lot of the guns feel. It's very satisfying when you get kills, when you get a dub in Warzone, when you know when you do things right. it's just super satisfying, and it can be very fun. But there's just so much about it. There's so many broken, like I feel like a lot of it is like the servers. A lot of it are the hitboxes. A lot of it is the OP guns. A lot of it is the skins. Sometimes like rose skins. How difficult you can see a rose skin. It's so egregiously like beneficial to be that. Like you know that skin.
To like buy that skin,
like,
and they probably do it on purpose.
They do it on purpose. And that's the thing that I think is the worst. Like the worst part about it is the fact that there's so many bad things about it. There's so many broken things about it, and Activision does absolutely nothing to fix it. And or if they do, it'll take like 2 weeks, maybe even a month for another update to finally come out and finally fix it.
And by that time, another meta comes out. And by that time, another meta comes out and it's unplayable. It's very clear they didn't know what to do when the Black Ops Cold War weapons came in, because those just took over by storm.
And it's so sad because like it's not even just a gameplay thing. Like for example, one of our buddies, Nick, who was Dom's brother, we were playing multiplayer. We were playing Gunfight, which is a 3v3 game, which you get random guns.
See, that shit's fun to me.
And it is fun. It's fun. But the thing is, like, Nick and I were playing, and he would get into one match, and the next 2 matches he would get a dev error, and the game would crash, which is like unbelievable.
Not to mention, none of us are hackers.
Unreal.
And Drew's girlfriend has already been shadow banned. She doesn't even hack. Yeah. She's been shadow banned.
What? How?
Yeah, what? Yeah, because she's like really good at sniping. So she got reported so much that her account got shadow banned, and she can only play in hacked lobbies.
No way.
And we don't hack.
Oh, yeah.
We're not good. Look at our fucking KDs. They're not all that great.
Yeah, and so I don't know. It's sad that it's not just gameplay stuff, but it's like the actual mechanics and the servers and like even loading into something.
Well, I think this next Call of Duty has to be a clean slate, man. Like they either have to go back. Maybe I think they have to go back to their roots. Which is the one that Blackout came out on? Was that Blackout?
That was Blackout 4.
That was Blackout 4.
Right? Yeah. I think they have to go back to their roots.
But, okay, look at this though.
Like, see, that's the thing. I didn't get into Blackout too much because one, my problem was that I hated the armor system. I didn't like how there's level 1, level 2.
Yeah.
And then there's plates to repair that armor, so you have to pick up plates. And then you have bandages too, so you also have to pick up bandages. But I did like the gun system.
Yeah.
But also part of me, and I'm not gonna lie, many things like, dude, it would be sick if you could use your own loadout in a BR. So they do that for Warzone, and it turns out to be an absolute shit show.
But it's not even necessarily just your class, but it's also the perks.
Yeah.
Perks.
I was gonna say that.
What was that one that
like
IED, I think, or what is it? The
EOD.
EOD. Dude, that perk is
bullshit.
Such.
There should be no reason why I can shoot somebody in the fucking face with the rocket launcher and them sponge it, and then they'll kill me right after. Yeah. There should be no reason for that.
That's the thing, dude. Like, Call of Duty has to do a clean slate, man. And I think what can help Warzone is if they take out the custom loadout. Take it out.
No, but okay, not only that, but listen, like you're saying that they're doing a clean slate. They're trying to, but they're not, because think about it. World War II comes out in 2017, right? We just got a World War II game. 2018, Black Ops 4. 2019, Modern Warfare, disaster. 2 years later, another Black Ops game. 3 years later, another World War II game. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Create something new. It doesn't have to be Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare. It doesn't have to be anything like that.
They were afraid of what happened when they did something new. And it was bad. Like the wall climbing, I don't think you need to do wall climbing.
Or jetpacks. No, but go back to boots on the ground. And this is where I'll bring it up again. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people didn't like it. Call of Duty Ghosts, most balanced game I've ever played. The guns were balanced. It was boots on the ground. They actually purposely made maps a little bit bigger so things weren't such a fucking jagged clusterfuck.
I think that game got blackballed so bad because of the campaign that not a lot of people dove into it, because I had no idea about that game.
Yeah. See, the thing is though, like the funny thing is that when I ask people like, oh, what do you about Call of Duty Ghosts, they tell me like, oh, it fucking sucked. But then they tell me they never played it. Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense.
For some reason, I don't know why.
Yeah, I know.
But it got blackballed to the point.
It's because nobody wanted it, because at the time Black Ops 2 was a thing, Modern Warfare was a thing, so everybody wanted those continuous.
And I think should bring back Ghosts. I don't know.
And it's because I think for the both of us, I think at that time, I think we were playing like the one before and then after, and like I don't know why we didn't get into Ghost, but we could have, and I guess we should have because that was probably like the last good game apparently that Call of Duty ever made.
I actually liked
Black Ops 4 was really good.
Black Ops 4 was good too. And you know what? I liked World War II. I'll say that. But the thing is, we don't need another World War II game right now. We don't need one.
Down for it, dude.
We don't need one right now. And especially if you're gonna make your new Warzone is just gonna be akin to Rebirth. That's a tiny island. What? Why?
Yeah.
That island is a clusterfuck.
I would like an island. In between the size of Rebirth and Verdansk.
And you know what?
Because I think Verdansk is too big.
It is. It's too big, and that's why people put 100. And this is the thing that bothers me is that when you play a battle royale, your objective is to win. When the Sweaties and the Metas came in, nobody cared about winning. They just cared about kills.
Yeah.
And that pissed me off because then you have people with FFARs and MAC-10s just spitting thousands of rounds per minute at me, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
But then what's like? How do you? Not to like bring up Fortnite, but like, how do you make people want to win, but also get kills to win? Like, it's not get kills just to get kills and KD kill races and stuff like that.
You got to slow down the game. You got to slow it down. And as bad as that sounds, you got to slow it down and you got to balance things out. Take out custom loadouts because you're giving the power to the people. But the thing is, they're going to abuse it in any way they can.
Yeah.
So you need to slow it down and bring back finding what you're good with, not finding what everybody can be good with.
That's the thing. Warzone, to me, felt more playable and appealing than Blackout was for me personally. Because I wasn't hooked on Blackout.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but just felt like it was too much from jumping from literally Fortnite to like Blackout and seeing all these things that you have, to pick up.
It was different, yeah.
But now living in that world of Warzone with like a custom loadout and not picking up as much stuff and just only worrying about money, like I want something in between Warzone and Blackout.
Dude, I also want that out of the game so bad. I'm so sick and tired of. Can anybody find another $100? We're only 100 short. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like...
fuck off.
Yeah. Lately, I've been playing a lot of Apex, which is something I've never touched before, and Apex has been out for quite a while at this point.
Yeah. Just after Fortnite.
And it's because of this fact of, like, Warzone is kind of going to trash, and it's just really... I just don't want to play it anymore, I enjoy playing Gunfight and everything in Modern Warfare, but when it comes to Warzone...
turning out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But from Warzone, I, like, spread out from... But I feel like that's the appeal to me for Apex is there's no monies, there's no classes. It's literally what you find, go for it. Like, you roll with it. Like, whether it's shit or whether it's amazing,
and it was also like a true testament to how skilled a player was when you saw someone in like Fortnite literally wrecking kids with green and gray guns. You're like, oh shit, like that's how you know that guy's sick. But also,
and that was the other thing too is that a lot of like especially pro streamers, like I'm fucking tired of hearing that too, where they're like, why the fuck is this guy camping in Warzone? Well, because he goes out there, he's gonna get obliterated by a MAC-10 or an FFAR. Yeah. Why do you think he's fucking camping? Why do you think everybody camps in Warzone? I can't run around with the PKM. Are you stupid? Before I get my gun up, I'm dead. Yeah. I'm fucking done. Obviously, I'm going to sit on top of a building and muck kids from there. And that's the thing I can't stand, is that it's just off balance. But when you go back to look at Fortnite tourneys, it was a kill race, but you got a lot of points for winning at the end. If you look at Call of Duty races, they didn't say winner goes on. Yeah, they didn't even have private tournaments. They made people queue into lobbies where the hackers were there. Yeah. Where glitches were there. And all they had to do was worry about kills.
Fortnite does the private tourneys, right?
Yeah, because they got that big. Call of Duty was like, we're not going to do that. You're just going to drop into a lobby, get as many kills as you can. Sorry if there's a hacker. Sorry if there's stim glitches.
Good luck with stream sniping.
Good luck with stream sniping.
Yeah. And that's why Nick Merckx doesn't do his tourneys anymore, because he got stream sniped, hacked, all that stuff. It's like, dude, do private lobbies. Go against people of your own skill, and instead of trying to do these kill races, you're actually trying to win because you're trying to go against the same skill level. So you guys aren't gonna friggin' like run up on each other with stuns and just beat the shit out of people.
And hacking wasn't really a thing in Fortnite tourneys.
Yeah.
Because you're going against other people in your same lobbies.
How is Fortnite like so good at like fixing like that aspect, or I wouldn't say fixing, but controlling it.
Just balance guns, I think.
Just balance guns, huh?
Guns and lobbies too.
And then also making like the rarity of like a scar, dude. Finding a scar is still hard.
Yeah. And that's what I was gonna say. Even if you're a builder, like it doesn't, you don't get. Yeah, you do have an advantage. Don't get me wrong. Like building does give you an advantage, but at the same time, you don't necessarily have to build. Like you don't have to. If you break the bottom of the structure, the whole thing comes down.
Or even if you aren't the best shooter. If you're good at building, you have a little bit of an edge too.
Yeah, there's ways that they balance each other out, but it's like Call of Duty. This is probably the last thing that I'll say because I don't want to go in circles here, but like they have to do a better job of trying to even the playing field, and that's just taking out the meta guns and not letting people do all this dumb shit that we see, and it's just killing the game. And to me, it's already dead to me.
And I'll just touch up. Last thing too is. I think Vanguard is a make or break because it's very clear Cold War just didn't even pick up. Warzone's on the way out. Everybody hates it. If this game is a bust, Call of Duty's gonna take some hits because, like I said, Battlefield 100.
I think they need to take a
Battlefield.
Hit. Like, I think they need to take a year off.
Well, dude, Battlefield. Well, that's what they do is they have 3 different companies, so each one comes out with one.
And they just switch on each other.
But like I said, if this one's a bust, I think they're gonna take a big hit because 130 lobby Battlefield is coming out. Halo is coming out. Games are coming out now that have been asleep for a minute, and I think Call of Duty was taking advantage of that, and I think it's their time. So, real quick, Vanguard, yay or nay?
Nay.
Nay.
I'm gonna go for now, yay, but I need more news.
I'm gonna go I'm gonna go for a confused nay. I'm like nay, but it could be good.
Well, hey, all right, really quick, yes or no? Are you gonna go back to Warzone with the supposedly new map?
I won't be in Warzone for probably the rest of.
I mean, I'll check out the map. Like
for the new map, maybe if the fucking update isn't 100 gigs.
Oh god.
Yeah, no. Well, I think I'll go back to like check out the map, but probably won't be there for long. But I'll definitely dabble in the gunfights. And then trying to get back on Destiny because Destiny is gasoline and like that's Old Faithful.
Yeah,
and it's like if I don't got anything to play, I go and play some Destiny.
Yeah, for sure.
But all right. So we got our Call of Duty talk out of the way. Now we just have one last thing to touch up on. We need to decide who is this week's teacher in our homework. So
I think we decided that we're gonna have John and Dom do a little rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is so at this point we already have our order. So it's gonna be me starting off the month, and then it'll be Matt. Then it's gonna be whoever wins here, and then the last person, whoever loses.
It'll just go in succession.
And that'll be our order.
And just a quick touch up. What we mean by this is like the person of that week is gonna assign some form of entertainment for the other people to watch or do, and then it's their homework to come back. That's why we call it like a class in session. And if they don't do it, they get penalized. They don't get to do their next one.
And it is also something new that we haven't seen, so that way we can have more diversity, to talk about, open up, our entertainment like views and what we like, so that way it's not always superhero stuff and action stuff. And on top of that, it's really up to the person, whatever they want. Yeah. So it's their decision. It can be anything up even to anime.
Yep.
So just like anything, like really.
So all right.
But just try and dig deep.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Let's do the.
Yeah. How are we doing this?
Rock, paper,
is it just straight or is it just
one shot?
Should we do one win or
let's go one shot?
Three?
Let's go one shot.
All right, just one.
How does it? Is it
rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
And then shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Ready?
So on shoot, I put. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't done this in a while. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Ready? Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, John wins. So now our order will be Drew, me, John, and then Dom.
All right, Professor Johnny Sanks is gonna assign some anime.
Oh, sure.
Little Demon Slayer.
You know what? That's actually timely because there's a movie coming up and it's very anticipated. So.
Yeah, but it's only 12 episodes. Okay, guys.
So we're only doing 12.
Well, 12, but like
we should just do the 24.
I feel like once you guys get to the 12, you guys are just gonna burn through the rest.
Well, let's say 12 minimum, and then like if we end up going more,
all right. And it's because I don't want to give you guys too much.
Yeah, no,
So.
And it's like if you want to continue to like watch on your own, go for it.
No, yeah,
but it's like just 12.
That's fair.
Let's do
all right.
So then, any final thoughts? That's pretty much all we got.
No, I think that's it.